policy as it relates to Syria. He tweeted,
right.
Obama, do
That's
not
not what he ran on.
That's not what he ran on, sir.
Hold on, sir. Wait, let's be honest.
No, it is what he ran on. Because he ran on tweets.
He never
if you would have deactivated his Twitter account, he would not have had a campaign.
Wait, time out.
Sir,
if we're going to do this, I said the time out.
Let me go, because I'll let you go.
No, I'm saying, but you can't. Okay, go ahead. You said Syria.
Sir, you asked me a question.
Syria first.
I'm giving you an answer to the question.
Right.
He ran on saying to President Barack Obama, do not get involved in Syria. And then he said, oh, watch how President Obama gets involved in Syria to create a distraction for his failed policies. Right. So he even tweeted that. When you say President Trump did not run on that, that is not genuine, because he ran on tweets. So when he tweeted something, that was part of his campaign strategy. No, that's part of his campaign strategy. He decided to get in office and go completely against everything he said President Obama should do as it relates to his foreign policy to Syria. But let me show the hypocrisy even in that. He said, he's saying to everyone, yes, Assad is evil. Yes, Assad is bad. It's so bad, we need to bomb an Assad military base. But you know what? Even though these babies are dying, because he said, oh, chemical weapons, oh, the babies, chemical weapons, the babies.
Right.
He said, but you can't come here, though. We're not allowing refugees to come into America, right, even though the babies are dying. But here's the stick. He didn't care. He didn't care that babies were dying. The National Alliance says they don't care that babies are dying. 400,000 people have died in Syria. Nobody cares. They care that they're dying by way of chemical weapons. That was the game changer. Chemical weapons are indiscriminate in Syria, and we have healthcare workers in Syria from the United States of America. Chemical weapons kill everybody. That's the only reason why Trump got
Here's the thing. Let me point this out. We can come back now. You can't cut me off. You can't drop the mic or nothing, all right? Here's the thing. He said about Syria, about Obama, back when the red line was on, this was 2013. Donald Trump didn't announce he was running for president until 2015. The reason why he bombed Syria was because it was to show the world, not Syria, not Assad, but the world, that there's a new sheriff in town. All right, now, you can argue with that if you want to.
No,
but look what happened. We bombed an airfield. Didn't want no casualties. Didn't want to take out nobody. It was show. Pure show. It's like a man that runs down the street, the new guy comes in the neighborhood, pulls a shotgun out in the neighborhood, pumps it twice, fires in the air, and says, I moved into this block, don't mess with me. That's what he did in Syria. Now, let's go forward now. Since then, China, he met with the Chinese president the weekend. They sat down, spent the whole weekend down in Florida. China was the only hindrance against America ever messing with the North Koreans. Yeah. From the granddaddy to the father to the son. North Korea's basic modus operandi is to say, hey, I'm building something, give me money. And every time they run out of money, I'm building another bomb, they give them money. Trump met with the Chinese president, said, hey man, this is not in either one of our best interests. You know it, I know it. To come out of a meeting on a Sunday, they move in a whole fleet to the coast of North Korea. And China has not said anything. As a matter of fact, the same time he was meeting with the Chinese president, China's coal was coming from North Korea that they send back food for the coal for. China turned the ship away. So my point here is that when you ask the question about 100 days, these are the things that are going on right now that nobody is talking about.
No,
we have a working. We have what they're talking about.
Well, the jobs they promised.
It's 100 days.
Yeah, but still,
it's 100 days.
But still,
what I'm saying, you're asking a question.
You have a net loss, Shelley, since he's been in office.
No, you have a net loss. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't.
I see your fellow Republican.
No. He's saying the truth. There's no net loss of jobs. There is no net loss of jobs. As a matter of fact, the number of people off the government dole has gone down.
Because he fired people.
No, the government dole.
You're talking about
people on government. I'm talking about government benefits.
Him cutting government benefits?
No, he didn't cut anything because there's no budget. There's no budget, so he didn't cut anything. I listen to everything you say. I'm listening to every word. He didn't cut anything. We're not going to throw out red meat for your...
Listen, we need to be able to move on to the mayor's race, but I do want to ask you this. 80-some days. What's your grade of President Trump?
What's my what?
Your grade.
Of President Trump? An F- if there be such a...
Shelley?
I give him a solid B. A solid B. And I'll tell you why I give him that solid B. Because you got to understand, this guy announced in August of 15. Since August of 15, the entire Republican establishment, the entire media establishment, the entire Democratic Party obviously would be against him, but has been against him since August of 15. They have thrown everything at him. And this is not me telling...
Rightfully so.
Whether it's rightfully so or not, the fact is they've thrown everything at him. So when you say the first 100 days coming off of a campaign where the entire media apparatus...
But it's not the entire media.
It is the entire media, except for one, Fox News, and conservative talk radio. That exists of three people. That's three people.
Sir,
that's three people.
Not three people. You can buy the numbers of Fox News, Rush Limbaugh, and all the conservative companies.
They're all the same people.
They're not the same.
There's a duplication of audience. Rush Limbaugh's on at 12 noon. Fox News comes on.
Just because you say it loud.
It's a ridiculous premise. It's a ridiculous premise.
So allow me to explain.
That's a ridiculous premise.
Allow me to explain. Just because the guy is president of the United States and still president of the United States does not mean that he has done something magical. It does not mean that he has somehow arrived at some nobility in his life. He won. He is the president, and he should bear responsibility. Now, my big issue, we can argue about some of these other things. All right, let me just say this one point. One of the biggest disappointments to me with this president was when he decided to coordinate with all of these HBCU presidents and trick them.
Trick them
He
how?
tricked them. So let me explain.
Trick them how?
The Morehouse president said, "We got it."
The Morehouse president who's been fired by the students? That Morehouse president? I'm to listen to him? I'm to listen to him? Students were the ones who moved on the president to get him ousted.
That's another argument, if any argument exists there.
The Morehouse man back there, ask the Morehouse man.
Let's be very clear about what Trump said he would do for HBCUs.
Fair enough.
He said that money will go to HBCUs. He's going to do what President Obama would not do for HBCUs. You know what he actually did? I interviewed Omarosa on the air. Omarosa promised that there was money coming to HBCUs. When that budget was final, there was $0 extra allocated to HBCUs.
Here's the thing.
But, wait a minute, I'll let you respond. I'll let you respond. And he actually took money away from HBCUs.
No, he didn't.
Let me explain how he did.
No, he didn't.
Anybody ever heard of Uncle Bound?
Yes.
Anybody heard of Uncle Bound?
Yes.
On the government budget line, it is Federal Trio Program. Guess how much money he took away from the Federal Trio Program in his proposed budget? All of it.
Right.
Every penny. And you know, I'm a product of Uncle Bound. I used to be the program director for Uncle Bound at Clark University. That money gives HBCUs direct access to students. It's a pipeline for individuals in middle school, junior high, and high school. He took all of that money away.
Now here's the point. See, this is what I heard. I heard you say about alternative facts. Let me give you an example of because people know. I really want this to get out there. If you learn nothing else tonight, learn this. Alternative facts was put out there by the media to make you think that they're lies. Listen to me. Alternative facts.
It was created by the Trump campaign.
No, it wasn't. Listen to me, please. Can I finish? Can I finish? Kellyanne Conway said alternative facts. The media has taken that to mean, which is why you yelled it out, to be a lie. Now, alternative facts, this is what alternative facts mean.
Okay.
How many in here believe that 1 in 3 black men 18 to 34 are somehow tied to the criminal justice system? Raise your hand if you believe that. That's something people talk about. None of you believe that? Okay, fair. You do believe that. I know you do because you've all said it. Well, the alternative fact, not the lie, the alternative fact is 2 of 3 are not. But if you run with 1 of 3 are, you're able to paint a narrative about black men that doesn't exist. So, but let me go back to the HBCUs real quick. That's what I made up. How did I make that up? Come on, Jim, don't do that.
No,
Let me say this.
We're not going to talk about Trump no more. We're done with that.
Okay.
We're dealing with the mayor's race.
He
now.
did not cut HBCUs.
You know what I'm saying? Listen,
HBCUs kept the same money. First of all, the budget hasn't been passed. This is a short budget that Trump put out, which was his ideas and his administration's ideas for the budget. And in that budget, the HBCUs get the same amount of money that they were getting before, which is not a cut if you cut the rest of education, which is what they did. So please, if I give my wife $5 every week and I say, baby, we're going to cut the budget in the household, and I keep giving her $5, I never cut the $5.
No more money.
Let's turn our attention to the Atlanta mayor's race. This has been, we have 8, 9 candidates running. Right now, reportedly, Mary Norwood is in the lead with the 28%. We don't, and one of the leading fundraisers. Yes, you have 8 other pretty darn good candidates running. I mean, it seems like this would be a very competitive race. Your thoughts on where we are and what do you think the primary issue is in this race? Many of you I've talked to right here always mention gentrification. Is that the primary issue leading into this November election?
All right, so I go. This will be a competitive race. I do have some issue with the Maynard Norwood poll. It was done by a conservative pollster. Those numbers are usually used to bolster fundraisers. Okay, so I question if she's really at 28.6% and Vincent Ford at 9.4%, whatever it had. But this will be a competitive race. I think gentrification will be a top issue, only because we're feeling the direct effects of it, and it's kind of at its height right now. And so you definitely will feel that. Public education will be a hot button issue with school choice and other elements coming into play. Wraparound services for the homeless, that will become an issue as well. But people still want the basics. They want to make sure that they have jobs, that they have livable wages, and they have a decent place to stay that's safe. All right, that is safe.
I will tell you this, I'm not making any endorsement. This is not an endorsement, but if Jim and you remember years ago when Newsmakers was in its infancy, I was at another place on a stage. I predicted at around the same time when Kasim Reed was at the bottom of the polls that he was going to be the mayor, and he was going to be the mayor. So I will make this prediction here. The race is going to come down. I'm just saying that to go back to your point, is that I don't know what I'm talking about, but I usually do. And the history, the proof is in the pudding. But I believe this race is going to come down to a runoff between Mary Norwood and Vincent Ford. And the reason why I say that is because those are the only candidates of all the announced candidates who don't share a base of support. Mary Norwood's base of support is her base of support. Vincent Ford's base of support is his base of support. And I think everyone else in the race shares a base of support. So I think it's going to come down between the two of them, and I think Atlanta then is going to make a decision on what
Mayor Reed's repudiation of him, a denouncement of him.
I think that increases his popularity.
No, it helps him with his crowd.
He wants Kasim Reed to attack him every single day.
I kind of agree with you based on the statistical numbers. Here's how it works. Mary Norwood is kind of the populist candidate for whites. Vincent Ford is the populist candidate for progressives, for white liberals, etc. He's the guy who is saying, let's legalize marijuana.
Decriminalize.
Decriminalize.
There's a difference.
Decriminalize marijuana. He's the guy who's saying, let's make Atlanta an official sanctuary city. He said on my show last week, I want college, if you graduated from an Atlanta public school, I want college for you to be free for at least 2 years. He's the only guy saying these things. So that is a populist message. He's running a populist candidacy. And
Bernie Sanders in the
right. And he used that Bernie Sanders leverage to help him tremendously. He raised $250,000 based on one Bernie Sanders email. Bernie Sanders sent out an email, he got $250,000. But let's talk about the money, where he thinks that Vincent Ford will make a runoff. I think if the election was held today, Vincent Ford makes the runoff. All right, with Mary Norwood. But you have to look at what will happen. The fundraising goes to Caesar Mitchell right now. Caesar Mitchell has raised the most money, but he's also spent a significant amount of money. He's been hurt by some scandal that people conflated was connected to him when it wasn't, because his issue was a campaign issue. City Hall's issue was a rigging issue of contracts, completely different, but he got the blame for some of it. You have Mary Norwood, who's raised about $400,000 plus. So even though she's number one in the polls, she is not the number one finance getter. She's not the money person. Woolard is up $600.
Well, I mean, I hate to do this to you, but There was a certain woman, Hillary Clinton, who raised billions of dollars and still lost. So money is not the harbinger
No, I know.
of winning.
And that's my
It's not the harbinger of winning.
That was my actual point. That even though Mary Norwood is at 400,000, Mary Norwood is still number one in all the polling.
Well,
places.
Kwanzaa Hall raised the most money within this reporting period. He came from nowhere to raise over $300,000.